Here we are, still the day after an attempted coup in the United States of America. More information is coming out. I'm seeing articles that sources are saying that national law enforcement were told to stand back and stand down, and that this all might have been indeed a staged coup more than what we saw on the surface of Donald Trump. And as the days unfold, we're going to be seeing more and more troubling information come out, I'm afraid. One of the things that has been really on my mind, not just since this happened yesterday, but since the election especially, but over the last 4 years, one of the things that I have been really scratching my head about is how so many Republican lawmakers can support Donald Trump, and especially since the election. The amount of loyalty, not only to a person, but to a lie. Everybody in Congress is a smart person. Not only because they're educated at some of the top institutes in the United States or around the world, and I said in an earlier video, you don't have to have higher education to be intelligent, but these people have been educated. They have been taught, hopefully, to think critically. They've been taught history, which is really important when understanding what's going on. But these are not ignorant, dumb people. These Republicans in Congress, the 12 who were going to challenge the vote yesterday and the 100 or something representatives who did, they know better. They know that this is a lie. They know that the election wasn't stolen. They know this. If you're a Trump supporter who's watching me right now, I want you to know that they know that they're lying to you. You may not have done the research, you may not have the skills to understand how to effectively fact check, and you might believe Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity and everybody else on Fox News or America One or Donald Trump, even though you know he lies. This is so Trump supporters say, yeah, I know he lies. I'm not looking for a perfect human being, and yet they believe what they want to believe from him. So these lawmakers know they're lying to you. That's the fact. There's no way they believe the conspiracy theories they're peddling. So my question is why? Why do they continue to turn the United States inside out and upside down? Why do they continue to peddle a lie that they know is a lie? What is their motive here? Why are they doing this? There's been a lot of people asking that question, especially over the last couple months since the election, but even over the last 4 years. Why are they backing Trump? And there's a lot of theories about, maybe they're being blackmailed. Maybe it's just they're afraid of Trump. They're afraid of what he might do. They're afraid he might ruin their career. One of the things that has really kind of bubbled to the surface, and this Raleigh or Hawley disgusting human being, one of the things that has really risen to the surface since the election are the people who are acting out of their own self-interest because they want to run for president in 2024. They don't want to alienate the 74 million people who voted for Donald Trump. These people are continuing the lie. They're continuing to lie to you because they want your vote in 2024. Here's what's striking me. What's a leader? How do you define leadership? Do you define a leader as someone who bows to the people, who bows to the base, who are willing to tell you whatever you want to hear? Or do you want someone who's gonna make the hard choices, make the hard decisions, and stand up and have a backbone and stand up and say, no, this isn't real, this isn't right? These people, these leaders that you are, I'm sorry to keep picking on you. I don't mean to be so hard on the Trump supporters. I really don't, but I don't know what to do. I'm feeling like I'm being held hostage. I'm feeling like me and the millions of people like me who can see what's happening as if it's right here in front of me, crystal clear. And I know you feel the same way. I know you do. And I don't know how to convince you that I'm right and you're wrong, because I know you feel exactly the same way and you feel just as strongly. But these leaders, these people in office who are choosing to keep lying to you for your vote instead of telling you the truth. Is that a leader you want? Is that someone you want running the country? Is that someone you want running your PTA meeting? You know, do you really want someone who's just too afraid of losing power to tell the truth? I'm really struggling with this right now. I'm really struggling with the whole leadership thing. I can't imagine being in a position where I'm willing to sell my soul, cause chaos in the whole entire country, my country, to the point that we've seen yesterday, that we saw yesterday. I can't imagine being that morally bankrupt that my ambition means more to me than my country women and country men. Is that a person you want to vote for? Because like I said, that person is lying to you. They know the truth, and they are purposely lying to you because they want your vote. Because here's the thing about liars. If they're willing to lie to me, or if they're willing to lie to you just to get your vote, they're willing to lie about anything. If they are that morally bankrupt that they're willing to tell you whatever you want to hear, which isn't leadership, that's sheepship. That's sheepship. That's sheepship. If a leader doesn't do what the masses want them to do, a leader has the backbone and the strength and the courage to lead people in a positive direction. Not to get down in the swamp with them and flop around and say, ooh, yeah, aren't we having fun now? Are you going to vote for me? That's not what a leader is. And I've said this for years about Donald Trump. The people who excuse his indiscretions and excuse his crazy relationship with the truth. What makes you think someone like that is going to tell you the truth? So there were more than 100 House Representative Republicans yesterday who challenged the certification. And the day started out with 12 senators challenging the certification, and it got whittled down to 6 after the attempted coup. I hope every single one of you knows those 106 plus, or whatever the number is, Republicans who were willing to violently overthrow the will of the people, to discredit a fair and free election just because they wanted to win. That's it. They just wanted to win. What did they want to win exactly? They wanted to win you. Because they know you'll believe them. You'll vote for them no matter what, as long as they tell you what you want to hear. As long as they keep feeding you conspiracy theories and lies about lizard people. Is there something going on like lizard people? I don't know. So leadership is important. Leadership matters. And when we look for leaders, we don't want people who are going to tell us just what we need to hear. That's not how you grow. That's not how we evolve. That's called an enabler. We've never gotten out of difficult circumstances in our country or even in our personal lives without strong leaders. We need strong leaders. Let's remember, and you know what? I'll post it in the video description. Let's remember those 100 and so senators and representatives who were willing to sell out the country yesterday for their own personal power, for their own ambition. News cycles are short in this country. Our attention spans, myself included, are very short. It's going to be really easy for us to forget those 100 people who were willing to take away my vote because they wanted to stay in power. Someday they will do that to you. Let's remember those 100 people, and let's not let them get away with it. Make sure they don't get reelected, and make sure make sure they know we haven't forgotten who they really are. I'll see you next time. Here's the full list of the 147 Republicans who voted to overturn the election yesterday, steal it away from the people who voted, and give it to Donald Trump. Study this list. Check to see who in your state, what representatives from your state voted to overturn the election, and bombard them with phone calls and letters and emails and let them know that this is unacceptable. Again, democracy is not a spectator sport. Call them. I know I'll be calling mine. It's a long list.